All right, episode 10 of the Blake Chancey
Woohoo!
podcast. Let's go. Double digits, man.
Yeah.
Got an awesome guest on today, Alan Calimbas. He is a dog lover, realtor, super special guy, always speaks from the heart.
Super special. I like
Super
that.
special guy. We've had a great relationship ever since we met, man. Like
We
there's
have.
always been just this mutual respect and kind of open conversation.
I
to
mean,
talk
how
about
could
the
I
good and the
not
bad.
respect you? Look at you. You're so handsome.
Look at yourself, man. I feel like you're talking to a mirror sometimes.
Hey. We're, good men, good looking men stick together, right?
We do.
Yeah.
And we're a team short guy. So
Hey,
so we have to stick
I've
together.
said this before. We are average height for women.
Average height for women.
Yes.
Or above average in
You know what?
China and overseas.
You know what I've seen on all over social media. So women love guys that are over 6 feet.
Yes.
But then for shorter guys, they like 5'7" and shorter. So
I'm screwed. I'm right in between. I'm 5'9".
just
Courtney's pretty small, so I'm
there
good.
you go. There
Yeah.
you go. I think it all just matters of how big your partner is, right? So
I thought that was gonna go to somewhere else.
It could be, right? So can we swear on this or no?
Oh yeah, we can swear
Okay.
as much as we want. I don't care.
Nothing to do with
Dude, this
with other
is
things.
this is just a passion project to
Yes.
get a chance for me to talk with other people that I like, respect, connect, look up to. So like this is obviously I've had a ton of realtors on here,
Yeah.
but like that's not the whole end game here. Like
Yeah.
I'm having a plumber on in a couple weeks. I've got a
Nice.
musician coming on. I've got a comedian coming on in the new year.
Well, you know what's so funny? You kind of have a multi thing with me, right? Because I was a touring musician for 10 years.
That's right. Yeah.
I played for Team Canada baseball back
Yep.
when I was a little kid. I was a tour coordinator for Nora Jones.
Yep.
So you kind of have like 8 guests in one here.
I've got 8 in 1 today.
I've been to the hospital a lot, so I'm basically a doctor.
Yeah, you've learned so much.
Mhm.
Man, you've had a roller coaster with health over the last few years. It's
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing okay, bro.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
back
you,
in
sir.
the gym, doing good things, looking
Yeah.
shredded as always. Such a
Well,
stud.
trying to,
Yeah.
So I mean, the routine, like you said when you were on my podcast,
Yeah.
Adam's,
Yeah.
Adams, and the other two.
Yeah.
It has to be part of your routine, the hardest part of your day. And like this morning, did a double gym session
Nice.
because I knew I was coming here. I'm not gonna be focused or clear
Yeah.
if I don't get those workouts in.
Absolutely.
I do it for me as well, obviously, but with my ADHD,
Yeah.
I've learned that I have to get my heart rate going for my mind to kind of catch up
Yes.
to everything else, or else it feels like I'm literally behind like a glass pane the entire day, just trying to break through it to catch up to reality.
Yeah.
And I just can't get there whenever I don't have a workout.
Yeah. And I think honestly, kind of everybody these days has some form of ADHD just because we're in such
Yeah.
a fast paced environment and social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
That's a great way of saying it. Like, I feel like it's a way that you can kind of slow the mind down and have the body catch up to your
Mhm.
thoughts. Cause I'm the same way. As soon as I wake up,
Mhm.
I have 1,000 thoughts running on in my head.
Yeah.
And so right now it's basically I'll wake up 20 minutes later, I'm off to the gym no matter what.
Yeah.
And then that's where I catch up and I can slow down a bit,
Mhm.
plan my day.
Mhm.
If I don't, and I'm just, taking my time in the morning, not really getting anything done, then I just feel like I'm so far behind in the day.
Yeah.
And the most important thing, I know I'm not the best version of myself.
Mhm.
Like, we had a really late night last night. I think we got to bed at like 2:30,
Yeah.
which is crazy for us.
Mhm,
We're
mhm.
basically old folks that try to go to bed at 9 or 10.
Well, look at the community you're in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We fit right in.
You
We
fit
fit
right
right in.
in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lights are off here
Yeah.
around 9 p.m. And then so this morning, woke up a little late and I'm like, I still have to go get my workout in because I have a busy day with clients, a lot of phone calls and negotiations.
Mhm.
And I want to be as sharp as possible. I want my brain working in here.
Yeah.
And the best way to get your brain working is by exercise.
And that's discipline. So kids, if you're listening,
Yeah.
this is why this guy's so successful. I couldn't even say that word. So highly successful because the discipline, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the hardest thing with a lot of people nowadays. You
It
know,
is.
I know a lot of people aren't gym people,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But like, have something that either grounds you,
Yeah.
that gets you focused. Like, I got into journaling every morning. So
Yeah.
I wake up, I make my morning coffee, I journal, and then after I take the dogs out and I hit the gym.
Yeah.
And that's my routine every morning now. I
Yeah.
can't break off that. If I don't do that, if I don't do the journaling in the morning,
Mhm.
I carry all these thoughts, whether it be, angered thoughts, sad thoughts, whatever. I carry that
Yeah.
with me the entire day.
Yeah.
So I release it right away.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the gym, I focus.
Yes.
And then after that focus, it's game time for whatever else, right? But you're so clear. You know that you did the hardest part of your day physically.
Yeah.
It's not going to get any harder than that.
Yeah.
Now you can actually get at whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
just,
the gym's like a reset button, man. I find it clears out the bullshit that's going on in your brain because we all have whatever it is, 100,000 thoughts a day.
yeah.
And if you go to the gym, and it's also such a benefit just to your brain health. Like they say that your brain, when you wake up, it shows activity brainwaves. It's pretty chill. You just even go for a 15-minute walk, whether it's on a treadmill or outside. Obviously, outside's better. You connect with nature.
Yeah.
But the activity in your brain goes up like tenfold.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So
are you a guy that, do you remember your dreams?
sometimes.
So
Sometimes.
I never used to remember my dreams.
Yeah.
But lately, my therapist, when I was going through it, like the hardest part of my separation, and I was doing all the things I needed to do, but I was still kind of stuck in this rut. My therapist said, I want you to try something. And she's like, are you spiritual at all? I'm like, no, not at all. Like I grew up Catholic, but I don't believe those fairy tales, right? Yeah. She's like, okay, well, I want you to just dive into something. Just think about who created you, why you're here, and all that. And me being like black and white, you know, I need something to be either real or not. I got into energy and stuff like that because that made more sense scientifically than a guy who turned, you know, water into wine and all this. And I'm not saying there's anything bad with religion at all, because my parents are very Catholic and I love them to death. They're the most amazing people I know, but I just don't believe those things.
Yeah, which is fine. Everybody's allowed their own opinion and belief, and having faith in something is great.
100%.
But yeah, energy is something
Yeah.
irrefutable. So
Yeah. And when I got into it and learning about all these like spiritual things about it, it definitely turned my whole like perception of life around. It's like now it's like I can calm myself down even more when I have these thoughts of like why things are happening.
Yeah.
I'm just more of like, just release that moment. Whatever's meant to be will be.
Yeah.
And whatever's meant for you won't pass you by, but it's the things you do in between that will, you know, like kind of
steer
dictate
you in the
it.
right direction.
Yeah. Or dictate if you continue a cycle, if you haven't learned that lesson for that cycle.
Right.
And that alone made such a difference in the way that I look at life and how I'm more relaxed and more chilled now, because I used to be like, I can't control that. I can't let.
Yeah.
I'm just like, let it go, release it. Whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, right?
And we can only control ourselves and our reactions and our emotions, right? We can never try to have somebody else get to the same level that we're at, whether we're heightened or we're lower. And that's a powerful thing, having that self-awareness to know kind of where you're at. And then having the journal as an outlet, I think is super powerful. I did it for a while. So I used to read the Daily Stoic every single day. Then there was a journal, a part of that as well. So I'd be journaling every day. And it's just a great way, like taking the time to be slow and just writing down some thoughts, good, bad, indifferent, stupid, crazy, you know, positive dreams of what your future could be, or really dark stuff. Write it down and release it, whether it's good or bad or indifferent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because like I was the king of ruminating.
Yeah.
Like all these thoughts, always ruminated. And when I started to really journal them out and then really feel, so I'd journal it out. And if it was something that I was like angry about, like this morning I had a dream that made me really angry.
Yeah.
So I wrote down the dream. And after I stopped for a second, I'm like, where do I feel angry? Is it more here? Is it more here?
Yeah.
And then after I was able to dissect what about that dream that I thought I was angry about, but what I was really angry about.
Yeah.
And then after I dissected that, released it. I haven't thought about it since we started talking about it now.
Nice.
If I had not wrote that and released it and figured out where my anger was coming from, I'd probably the entire day just been carrying that with me. And that's what I used to do.
For sure. I think it's really hard to change the emotion that you wake up with.
Yeah.
You know, if you're grateful, your day is going to probably continue on that way unless you have some sort of release at the gym. But obviously you want to continue with a great attitude throughout the day if it's that. But there's mornings where I wake up, you know, anxious or angry about something. And I don't want the rest of my day to be like that. So to be conscious and aware about that and then try to make a shift, whether it's journaling, exercising, anything like that, it's just such a great practice to have a good day. Because man, life is short. If I've learned anything in the last 5 years, like life is so short and we need to try to take care of ourselves so that we can be the best version of ourselves and live well and healthy, and then also take care of the other people. Because I think life is really just about helping other people when it comes down to it. And dogs.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? So you just said about helping people. And you know what? With this whole spiritual thing and whatever I'm going through, and I'm very new to it.
Yeah.
But I'm really realizing what nourishes my soul.
Yeah.
So before I used to have these dreams about like, the common dream, own a big house, do this, do that, like own all these things, have fancy cars, all that. That used to be like my plan.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I cannot wait where I'm okay to sell off my properties, move to like Costa Rica or move to Thailand.
Yeah.
Live for very cheap and just feed homeless dogs
Beautiful.
the rest of my life. Because that's what nourishes my soul.
Yes.
None of this rat race stuff. None of this, like, the achievements, whatever. Like, whatever you do, it's great and it feels great in the moment. And it's like, that you did this. That's fantastic. You celebrate it. But what does it really mean at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Not
Not a
much.
lot monetary value. I think there's a certain point in your life when you know that your bills are taken care of for, let's say, the next 2 years.
Mhm.
Like I reached that point in my life a few years ago. I'm like, I don't really have to sell real estate for the next little while. Obviously, I want to continue to grow the business.
Mhm.
But once I hit that, I'm like, things slowed down a little bit and it gave me perspective to think about what I really enjoy in life.
Mhm.
And my favorite part of real estate is just making the dream happen for other people or anything else. Like I get some people reaching out to me sometimes, it's like, Blake, we went to high school together. I know you didn't really talk, but I've been following you online for a decade
Mhm.
and I see how disciplined you are at the gym. And because of your stories, I've been going to the gym 5 days a week for the last 2 years. I'm in the best shape of my life. And like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like that feeling trumps basically anything else, knowing that you had an impact and a positive aspect in somebody else's life.
Like similar to what your story is, the amount of people that I know who have either rescued dogs now or have like said, hey, I want to help.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys you've probably seen, he was with me in a lot of rescues. Like some of the ones on the dodo, some of the ones on these other things.
Yeah.
He actually reached out to me and I didn't know him. He reached out to me and he was in LA and he saw my story of Pearl, the rescue of Pearl.
Yeah.
He's like, man, I love what you do. And I'm in LA right now, just on vacation. But if you ever need a hand, I would love to help out. I'm like, well, there's a dog. And he's like, really? I'm like, if you can get this one dog for me, that'd be great. Then I don't have to fly out there. One turned into two, two turned into three.
Yeah.
Clovis was one of those.
Yeah.
3 turned into 9 altogether.
Wow.
But he is what I was trying to influence.
Yeah.
Now I have celebrities every now and then when they're in town who've seen what I do, have reached out to me and they're like, hey, if I can help in any way, if I'm in town and you need someone just to pick up from the shelter, just let me know.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing that, what the power of social media can do.
Oh, it's everything.
Oh my God. Like I started out because it's so funny. My therapist was like, you must have been a dog in another life because the emotion and the empathy you have for these dogs that are about to be euthanized, or just how you feel like you're connected to them, even though you've never met them.
Yeah.
But then she's like, I also think that maybe you were a dog because like just seeing the emotion you're going through after your separation with your wife, like the abandonment and all that stuff. It's like, it kind of.
There's definitely parallels.
Exactly. So now with me, it's like, again, I'm going off on a tangent here, but
it's all good.
With all of this, just the social media, being able to do that, going back to your story, being able to impact somebody's life like that, but knowing that you're making a difference, that's everything, right?
And we can make such a huge impact in a dog's life. Like Boomer is technically a rescue. He had 4 homes before the age of 1 and nobody treated him well. He lived outside, which he probably loved most of the time, but was literally fed human food, bounced from house to house to house to house, and then ended up at the animal shelter. And then I got him from there. And it's been a hard journey because of his previous life and just his behavior. And he's a reactive dog as well. But like, it's probably my greatest joy in life, seeing how he is, knowing he's a happy dog, knowing he's got a great life.
I just met him and I can tell you people, he's the happiest dog. He's amazing. And he's so chill. I'm surprised how chill they are in the studio.
He chills out after a while. It's so interesting to see. I was really worried when I first set up the studio here. I was talking to Courtney. I'm like, you're probably going to have to deal with the dogs every single podcast episode that I do. They're probably going to be at the door, scratching, barking, crying, things like that. They rush into here every single day, hoping I'm going to be in here for a few hours because they come in here. And I don't know what it is. There's a vibe in this room as well, though I think you can feel it's kind of a cool studio vibe. And they feel that. And they just sit down and nap in here and they'll come say hi to us a little bit.
I think it's kind of like like with my dogs, especially with Clovis when he was around, like he was like my Velcro dog.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm working the office, he's like, cool, I'm just going to sit beside you.
I'm there too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I got
after
you.
the other two would be in and out. But Clovis was always, he was the Velcro dog. And he was just always wherever I was.
Yeah.
And I know that was his anxiety from being abandoned so much.
Yeah.
But it was also like, you know what? I'm here to protect you.
Yes.
Like, and that's just, oh, I can't talk enough about dogs. You know,
there's something about it. Well, yeah, I'd like to kind of start there.
Yeah, sure.
So when did you, like, you're obviously now, you've been rescuing dogs for years, but what got you into it in the first place?
You know what? Let's start even before that. I mean, I wasn't a dog lover.
No? I've loved dogs since I was a kid. One of my first memories is probably hanging out with my first family dog ever.
Okay, so I liked dogs, sure, but I'm like, they're dirty. I was like OCD at the time. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, okay, dogs. Like I was working at a dog-friendly office. I'd pet them and all that. I'm like, okay, they stink. Okay, go
Yeah,
away.
they're washing your hand. You got the lint roller. You're like, this is,
Exactly. So I liked them. I didn't love them yet. And then when I was running nightclubs, I worked so much running this one particular nightclub that I worked like probably 80 hours a week.
Okay.
And my partner at the time, she was starting to feel lonely.
Yeah.
And this is a pattern. We can go into it later, but this is a pattern that I've had and I've learned about it through my attachment style. But so she wanted more company. So rescued a dog.
Yeah.
His name was Bert.
Yeah.
He was like an abused dog from Mexico.
Right.
And we got him and he was the cutest thing. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, he's not going to eat me at night, is he? You know, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, he's so messy. I'm like, okay, just got to let it go. Let it go. He's
Yeah.
messy. He's going to make her happy. He had the worst anxiety that whenever we'd leave him alone, he would cry in like 15 different frequencies where my neighbors, because I lived in a condo at the time, they'd be like, I think somebody's killing your dog.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did we do? We got a second dog.
Yeah, you got a dog for the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that's when everything chilled out. He started to learn how to walk places because he never wanted to walk anywhere. He never wanted to go anywhere. Like he would
crazy social anxiety too.
He would just like be like a brick stick on the ground and not want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So he followed George around, and George was similar in age, but George was left at a garbage dump site in Winnipeg to die. Adopted him, and like they were like two peas in a pod, right? Yeah. Two peas in a pod. They just loved each other. But I remember coming home from work one day. This was like months after, and my ex at the time packed all her stuff and left. And I came home. It was like 6:30 in the morning after work, and it was the two dogs waiting by the door, and all her stuff was gone.
Oh man.
And I'm like,
that's hard.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I rescued these dogs to give them a better life. There's no way I'm abandoning them.
Yeah.
So that's when the love affair with my dogs started.
Yeah.
Right there. And then just knowing and seeing all the stuff on social media, how sad it is.
Yeah.
And then me and my ex-wife now, I remember going to Mexico. We saved some dogs there. We just were like angel transports over here, but then also seeing friends do it. I'm like, I really want to get into this. Because they were there for me in the hardest time. Like they cared about me so much that when not my ex-wife, but the ex before that, I was so sad when she left.
Yeah.
But I would sleep on the bed. One of them would be next to me. I'd wake up the next morning and they'd switch spots just to make sure I was okay.
You're getting the rotation taken care of dad. That's so cute.
Yeah. But they just know, right?
Yeah.
So they just know. And they give you the unconditional love. And that's the thing though. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. You could be, a serial killer. They don't care. They still love you. Yeah. Like unconditional love. When are you going to have any sort of being in this world just be so excited for you to come home?
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah. Every time.
Every single time.
Yeah, like, you could be gone for 3 minutes or 10 hours and you're going to come in that door and they're going to give you that attention and love. Like it's so special. Like I had a very, very challenging day yesterday in work. Everything else is fine. But I came back home and Boomer was upstairs looking out the curtains in Courtney's office at me when I was pulling to the driveway. All the stress, like literally relieved. I smiled. He greeted me when I came inside. And I'm just like, this is what it's all about. It's about the people and the dogs in our life. And they're a special part of life.
That's the thing. You know what? Like it drives me nuts when people are like, oh, it's just a dog. It's just a dog.
They're family, man.
They are family. And that's the thing that hurts the most is that when they pass, and I've never had that happen to me before, except for recently.
Yeah.
And how hard that was. And then when you see people online, they're like, oh, it's just a dog. It's just a dog. But if you think about this, think about it logistically. When you have this dog that you love so much, they are reliant on you for, food,
Yeah.
for bathroom breaks, for everything in their life. Everything.
Yeah.
When you have a kid, they grow to be self-sufficient.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they're off to do whatever they need to do, and they grow up, they become assholes when they're teenagers.
Yeah.
And then it's just one of those things where they become, and that bond does break a little bit as they grow older.
Yeah, it changes for sure.
But the bond with your dog does not.
No.
So
it only gets stronger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when they leave this earth and you are so crushed by it with grief and everything, and people can't understand that,
Yeah.
and they say, that's just a dog. It's not like your kid died. It's like, no, you're right. It's not like my kid died.
Yeah.
Because this bond was stronger.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm heartbroken.
For sure.
Right? And dog people get it.
Dog people get it for sure.
But those who've never experienced that type of love,
yeah,
or just sometimes they just, people get cats because they're less work.
Yeah.
And I love cats too. I have a cat as well. But it's not the same type of bond with a cat.
No.
Cats are real assholes.
Yeah, they definitely can.
They beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Right? My 110-pound dog is scared of my 15-pound cat.
Yeah.
Right? Like they'll be sitting on separate ends of the couch. The cat will just get up slowly, sprint to him, smack him 3 times in the head, and run away.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm out of here. Yeah.
Exactly. And even when my dog's walking down the hallway, if the cat's at the end of the hallway, he's like, I'm not going to cross.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to chill here.
Exactly.
Wait. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but still, I mean, people who usually get cats, they want less work. And I get that. But you don't get to form that same bond that you have with your dog, right?
Yeah. There's something definitely really special. Like
Yeah.
my Uncle Brad had a cat, Griffey, and it was almost like a dog.
Yeah.
Super loving,
Yeah.
affectionate,
Mhm.
greeted you when he got home.
Mhm.
My friend Devin, he has 2 cats. One name's Buddy, and it's a dog. They let it
Yeah.
out to go pee, and then it comes back inside.
Does he walk him?
Doesn't walk him. They have a pretty large property, so
Yeah.
it roams freely. But then,
Yeah.
you could basically call it, and he'll come back. And
Yeah.
he's always kind of climbing on top of us and asking
Nice.
us for love too.
Nice.
But man, I haven't lost a dog. When my family was going through some hard times financially when I was younger, we had to give up our dog. We couldn't afford to keep
Yeah.
him, and that was really hard.
Mhm.
We literally gave him to a friend of my dad's that had a farm, and I know that dog got even probably a better life than
Yeah.
we could have given him because we were struggling for food basically at the time.
Yeah.
But I haven't lost one, so I can't imagine what you're going through. But I'm grateful that you're going through what you're going through now with all the other steps that you're trying to do to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if we went back 2 years ago, I didn't meet you in person. We went for one lunch, then we had our slow pitch tournament for real estate. And you're a different person from that slow pitch tournament
Yeah.
2 years ago to this slow pitch tournament this summer. The vibe is completely changed.
Yeah.
Not saying you were a bad person or anything in the past. You were heightened. You're kind of on a different intensity level.
Yeah.
Now you're more nurturing for everybody. I would say overall it's a bit more of a positive vibe and just less intense, right? Just
Yeah,
less
yeah.
intense.
And you know what? It's so funny that you say that because it's it was totally, I'm always an intense guy usually like that. But
Yeah.
what I've learned is that's because I always bottle things up and I let it go. I used to do that before therapy, before everything. But
Yeah.
that's just what I grew up with, right?
Right.
Grew up in a household where it's there's emotions. You're feeling sad, go to your room,
Yeah.
and then when you feel better, just come out. Or even growing up in, sports, heightened sports, right? It's
I was going to say that. So
Yeah.
there is a thing, if you've played high level sports for
Mhm.
anything, I think
Mhm.
we're always competitors by nature.
Yeah.
I have my alumni basketball tournament next
Yeah.
month and I'm
Mhm.
I'm already talking to myself being just chill. You
Yeah.
don't have to go 100% at this thing. You don't need to get injured, do something stupid. Just try to sit back, but it's really hard to
It's
do that,
hard.
man. It's hard to not go full blown.
You see me play just
Yeah.
in the brokerage softball thing.
Dude, we're both diving for every
Yeah.
single ball,
Yeah.
every opportunity out there.
I almost lost my arm that one year.
I know.
It's and that's the thing though, when you play high level sports,
Yeah.
and even the coaching at that time, it's walk it off.
It's
They
intense.
don't want you to feel those emotions, right?
Yeah.
So, but when you grow up in an atmosphere, I'm not saying it's my parents' fault. I'm not saying it's all these coaches' fault, but you become, I think that's where I got my dismissive avoidant attachment, right?
Okay.
Because you don't really get attuned with those emotions. Those emotions aren't welcome
Right.
because feeling those emotions weren't allowed when you were playing sports or
Yeah.
when you were growing up. And it's not their fault because that's what they grew up.
For
right?
sure. Yeah.
Right. But when you don't have that and then you carry that into your adulthood, into a relationship, which is what I learned. And then it's something vulnerable needs to come up or something serious needs to be talked about, no,
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 not going there.
no. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna walk away, and then when things are better, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Right. The worst thing you could do when you're trying to make this dynamic work. Right.
Yeah. I think there's a great physical aspect to that. If you and your partner are both heightened, it is
Mhm.
okay to step away for a few
For
minutes
sure.
to
For
let
sure.
things chill out a little bit because
For
our
sure.
whole body, like everything's just going kind of
Mhm.
haywire,
Mhm.
blood pressure, heart rate, whatever else. So you can
Mhm.
step away for a few minutes,
For sure.
but you need to come
You
back
need to.
and
Yeah.
discuss what the issue was. And
Yeah.
most of the time, it's not one versus one, it's you and your partner versus the problem. And
Yeah.
when people can think of it that way,
Mhm.
it creates we are a team working against a problem. It's not me versus you.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. What I've learned is that one person's experience and another person's experience, it's something that actually happened in their perception.
Yeah.
So invalidating that experience actually happening is the worst thing you could, because
Yeah. That's
you-
powerful.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, because honestly,
Yeah.
it's like I may say something, you take it out of context,
Yeah.
right? And then I'm perceiving one a single way, you're perceiving it a different way.
Yeah.
Who am I to say that you're wrong?
Yeah.
Because you perceived it the way that you're perceiving it.
And
What
that's
I-
allowed.
And that's allowed,
Yeah.
right?
And that's proper for you.
Exactly. So now it's just understanding.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to validate you. Yeah. Okay. Your experience is that. Right. And you apologize, you acknowledge it. But then after, like, for next time, what can we do better? Blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah.
You have to work it again like a team. Right.
Yeah.
But also, too, it's like you will have these triggering events.
Of course.
And the hardest part for me was like regulating my nervous system. That was my Achilles heel for so long because I'm always on edge. I'm always like ADHD, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is that you get triggered and you go up to here.
Yeah.
And the only way to really regulate is to feel the emotions up here and let it come down.
Yeah.
And then when you decide to do something about it, you're a bit more calm.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you're regulated, that's when you make the most heaviest decision on whatever you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to feel that.
Yeah.
And you have to let it descend.
We're only human. And like they
Mhm.
do say that we really only get the reaction in our nervous system for about 30 seconds to a minute.
Mhm.
And then it's up to our decisions after that to see where we want to take it.
Yeah.
So one of the best tools you can do is literally just sit in it and
Yeah.
acknowledge it, be like, okay,
Yeah.
this is happening. This is how I'm reacting.
Mhm.
It's okay. And this will go away. But if you keep digging yourself into that emotion, you start yelling at your partner, fighting, whatever like that, you're going to stay up here for too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can give yourself a minute or two or 10, whatever, and come back and try to work on a
100%.
solution to the problem, you're so much better off.
100%. And the worst thing you can do is suppress it. Right?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That's
Suppression.
the last thing you want to do.
I had 42 years of suppressed emotions.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just like when that comes out of you, like I never used to cry for anything that wasn't dog related.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like my best friend died. I couldn't shed a tear.
Man,
Right. Like he
yeah.
died like years ago. I had family members die and I couldn't shed a tear. I'm like, am I a robot? I don't even know, but it's just suppressing everything. Right.
Yeah.
When I see the dog stuff, I'm like, oh, that's okay to cry for. And I'd be in tears. Right.
Yeah.
After I started therapy and actually learning about all this, man, I cry at least twice a week now.
Yeah.
And it just comes out. I'll be watching a sad commercial and boom, waterworks. And I'm like, it's okay to be like this, right?
It's totally okay.
It's okay. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with feeling your emotions,
Yeah.
assessing it after.
Yeah.
Why did I feel that way? And it's healthy to do that, right?
For sure.
Like, where did this hit me? Was it
Yeah.
in the head? Was it in the heart? Whether after, and you kind of like learn about your emotions,
Mhm.
you let it process, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
Right? But you know that you've been through that wave, and it's healthy to feel that because you become so much more, emotionally aware and in tune and just so self-aware.
Yeah.
And it's such a beautiful thing when people are so self-aware because you can actually
is.
have a real conversation.
You can.
And the thing that I hate, like, there's a lot of people that I used to hang out with that I rather not hang out with anymore. And they're lovely people, but a lot of my guy friends are like, macho, talk about sports, this and that, let's go pick up some broad, It's like,
Yeah.
oh man,
It's not me anymore.
It's not me anymore, but it's just so fake. You're putting on this, because I know the real people individually.
Yeah.
But when they're in front of all these other people, they got to be this fake self. And that's cool if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, I make a lot of money. I do this, but that's cool. I don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah.
Right. That's time that I'm hanging out with you that I'm wasting not hanging out with my dogs because they're getting old.
Yeah. We can still love people from afar.
100%.
It's not like you don't love that person, want the best for
No,
them, but if
exactly.
you just don't need to be around them as much.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of guys, we struggle with trying to brush everything off.
Yeah.
I think most men grow up thinking they need to be a rock. They're not allowed to have emotions.
Yeah.
And that's just been generations, right? And it's
100%.
we can't blame our parents because they were brought up whatever way they were. We can't blame the people
Yeah.
before them. It's just I think realistically, most everybody in life does the best with what they have.
They use the tools that they learned from before.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And again, sorry to interrupt you there, but you're totally 100% right. Back when we were growing up, there was no mental health days.
No.
What was mental health?
No.
I was taught therapy was snake oil.
Yeah.
You know, none of this is real.
Mm-hmm.
So how are we supposed to know nowadays?
Yeah.
Because like I'm starting to see all this stuff, like the Bell mental health days, all this stuff. I'm like, what is this garbage? I'm just walk it off.
Yeah.
I used to actually say that.
Just walk it off.
Yeah, just walk it off. What I learned now is that I was completely wrong and there is mental health, right? But you're totally right. Yeah.
It was a stigma, man. Like
Yeah.
if you thought somebody had a mental health issue in the past, you literally thought they were due to go to the loony bin. You know, like that was the thing. It's like,
100%.
oh, that person's bipolar. They're crazy. Like,
Mhm.
fuck that person. Like they should go to a mental institution.
Yeah.
And they probably do need some help.
Yeah.
But like, they're just a normal person.
Yeah.
You don't give somebody judgment and say that something's wrong with them because they broke their ankle. Like
Oh.
our brain is a part of our body. And if
Yeah.
there's chemical imbalances, if there's trauma, there's so many things. And like
Yeah.
everybody has something that is the worst thing that's happened to them in their life. And even though it might not be anything compared to what you've gone through, that's still the hardest thing in their life. And it's still
100%.
valid.
And you know what? Like these stresses, these mental stresses, it's like physical harm too. It is. It's actually proven.
Affects all of our body.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
like when you hold things in, this is what I've learned. When you hold things in, like say with your partner, you will start to get jaw, like cramps and like just pain in your jaw, or like if you're holding the weight of something else, it goes in different parts of your body.
It does, 100%.
Stress hits you in so many different ways. And a lot of that starts mentally.
Yeah.
Right. And what I've learned too is that like for the dynamic, it's so funny because when you said be a rock and do this, now when you put that in a dynamic with say your partner, and especially the male female, and I've lived through this, right? So, and I've seen a lot of this on social media. It's like, how vulnerable can you be with this person who feels safe with you and feels everything? Because the moment you share a vulnerability where they don't feel safe anymore, they turn and use that against you, right? So now you have to be kind of cautioned on what you share. If say you're afraid of finances because of this, because of that, how much do you share with your partner?
Yeah.
Because once they feel unsafe in that department, I've seen many times where they turn that against you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's that balance, and it's never been harder to be a male like in this time, because when you look at it, the males are supposed to be provider, protector, all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was the original role for years and decades and decades.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like you have to be the provider,
Yeah.
the protector, but emotionally in tuned and emotionally mature.
Yeah.
And then you have to be all these things that most men our age never grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know, right?
Yeah.
Unless you really dive in. But then when you share too much, that's too much. And that's weakness now.
Yeah. There's a song by Zach Tellender, is this guy that I just started following recently. One of Chris Williamson's best friends. He was at the show I was at last week with Chris.
Yeah.
And one of his songs is just like that. It's like, when I'm bringing my emotions, then you want me to be strong in the rock. And like, when I'm here too much, you want me gone. And it's like, what do you want from me? Like, how can I be the man that you want me to be?
Yeah.
But I also want to be vulnerable. But then when I'm vulnerable, you want me to be super strong.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? So I think there's a lot of pressure
Yeah.
as a man. And there always has been.
Yeah.
It's just always like, I was talking with somebody else about this a couple weeks ago. They're like, my grandpa definitely had mental health issues, this person was saying. And it's like, we just thought he was a grumpy old man. It's like, but nobody probably ever asked that guy, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, sat down with him, looked him in the eyes and said, how are you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
And like, my guess is that guy probably would have broke down into tears. It's like, wait,
Yeah.
what? Somebody wants to listen to me and what's actually going on in my head and what I'm feeling right now.
And that's the thing, like, especially with that generation of being the rocks and like not having the therapy and everything, like people suppress things for so many years. And again, just like me in my situation, I never cried for anything.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden it's like, it just, when it comes out, there's no stop. I remember there was a Friends episode where Chandler could not cry for anything. I don't know if you watch Friends, but
I do watch Friends. I don't remember that for some reason.
so Chandler was always known for not being able to cry for anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden one day he just can't stop crying.
Yeah.
And it was because he wanted Ross and Rachel. He's like, why can't they work things out? And he just started crying.
Yeah.
But it's like that. When you suppress for so long, there's a breaking point.
It's going to come out in one emotion or another at some point, and you hope that you can be aware and it's not like an anger or an outburst like that, right?
Yeah. Because I mean, there's so many different outlets to let it out.
Yeah.
And the hope is that you let it out in a good organic way.
Yeah.
And not in a violent way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And it's funny, I don't see any stigma around going to therapy. I think it's just another tool, and I wish more people would give it the opportunity. I think there's a lot of pride involved for somebody, whether it's male, female, to admit that they're going to therapy. But for me, I think it's powerful, and it's just another tool in my belt that I get to use. And like, my last session with my therapist was about 10 days ago, and I left there with a lot of perspective on my life and what I've achieved personally and professionally in the last 5 years. And I haven't had the time to take 5 minutes and really sit down and be like, okay, I have achieved goals before to this day that I said in the past would make me happy and be at my dream life.
Yeah.
And like, we sat with that emotion for 5 minutes. Like, we're not going to talk. You're going to sit here. We're going to talk about when we first met in 2019 to where you are today. You need to sit there and be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And man, like, I'm getting goosebumps again right now talking about it. Like, it's such a cool thing. And I wish more people would just be open to it. Yeah. And you can go to 20 therapists, go and find somebody that you actually connect with. Like, they're all there working in your best interest to try to help you live your best life.
100%.
But no matter what in life, you're going to gravitate towards different people. So go interview a few.
Yeah.
If you don't like any of them, that's fine. Go interview a few more.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're going to find the right fit for you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like, when I started this whole journey, I had 5 at one point, all at one time, all for different things.
Okay.
Right. And I was like learning so much. I took so much time off work that I just wanted to learn as much about my brain, a bunch about my emotions, a bunch about everything. Because again, I was in that state where I was just so like about to hit rock bottom because everything that was happening in my life.
Yeah.
But it's like connecting with the right therapist. Now I have one main therapist, but I still have these other therapists around if I need help on something else.
Yes.
Like, I have one that specializes in ADHD.
Right.
Right. So whenever like I'm starting to feel my ADHD getting out of control, go to that one. Right.
Nice.
But I have one that I've been seeing consistently for a year weekly. And every week we talk about something, either the same topic ruminating from the last week, or we talk about something new. Right. But like sitting in like what you were talking with your therapist, like for a high achiever like you, it's like once you get to this level, it's like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And never sitting and saying, holy shit, how far have I come? Because like 2019, like you said, think of what like, dude, you're crushing it. You're absolutely crushing it. But for you to keep going and going and pushing yourself, you got to sit back and be like, wow, this is what I've done.
Yeah.
And
you can't just always let the goalpost move and always trying to chase that next thing. It's fine. It's human nature to always get better, whether it's personally or professionally or whatever your goals are. But you do need to sit down and realize that you have accomplished a bunch of your goals.
100%.
You got to celebrate them, and you got to celebrate the wins.
You have to. And what I've learned through all that, because I was working, like doing deals on my hospital bed and doing this, like I told you.
I know.
The biggest thing that I learned is that, you can work as hard as you want. But when something happens due to you working so much that completely turns your life upside down, when I think back, it's like I would have traded all those hours, all that money to be better with that situation that I was in.
Yeah.
Right? Because none of it means anything now. Yeah. Everything I was working towards was a future that no longer exists.
Right.
And if I could turn back time, I would have spent more time with my significant other.
Yeah.
And made that work, because that's why I was doing everything. But I got so lost in my way that I pushed her aside.
Yeah.
If I could turn back time, I would have spent that time more with her.
Yeah.
Right. And in hindsight, it's 2020, obviously. But I mean, now that I know that, I've taken this approach to work where it's like, I'm doing this on my terms. I got boundaries now. I want to do things that make me happy, but doesn't take time away from the people or right now, my dogs that matter the most. So I will do a certain amount of work, but when I feel like I've done too much, I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going for a long walk with my dogs because they deserve it.
Yeah.
Right? Everything else can wait. Obviously, if there's an offer or whatever,
You're going to be there for your clients for
But
sure.
if they're like, hey, I want you to find properties by tonight, I can wait.
It can.
I can wait. We're not going to go see them tonight.
Yeah.
I can wait. You know what I mean? But it's like one of those things you have to really take a step back. What are you doing this all for?
Yeah.
Who are the most important people in your life? What is being sacrificed if I continue to work at this level?
Yeah.
And will it be worth it if I lose it all? Right?
Yeah.
And that really puts things in perspective because you're like, by the time it's too late, it's too late.
It is. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse with this industry. We can literally work 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
If we're fortunate to get the clients.
Mhm.
But I think, through your journey over the last few years, it's made you learn so much. And like, if your separation didn't happen and, it's obviously unfortunate, but then you wouldn't have taken the path that you're on now to become the man that you are either.
100%.
So like you try to find silver lining in those tough times, right? And I think you're really trying to live a whole life.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was probably just focused on the flashy car, the designer this or whatever, right?
You know what? I was never into the flashy stuff.
Okay.
So what I really did it all for was for like early retirement.
Okay. Yeah.
To rescue more.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
And like, it's so funny. I've had newer realtors come up to me and they're like, hey, you do so well. Where's your Rolex? Where's your Benz? And I'm like, I just saved 50 dogs and I could have paid for 3 of your Rolexes. And, like that shit doesn't matter. Like material things. And second of all, like I have friends and they're great people, like $150,000 watches. I'm like, I have a blood disorder. I have an autoimmune disease. If I have like even a $50,000, $60,000 watch and I get jacked, like that's life threatening at that point for me because I will bleed out and die.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't make sense. And plus that stuff just doesn't really do it for me. Like I rather use that money towards something makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And it's always been about rescuing. Right. So yeah, I have all these fancy things. Sure. It was more about future retirement so I can get to that rescue. You know what I mean?
But then there's a balance and like I'm finding it now with travel. I haven't really traveled the world at all. And I don't want to work to the bone until get to retirement to then not have a willing and capable body to go enjoy those other places. So Courtney and I are going to Europe in June. We haven't booked it yet, but it's set. I'm not negotiating against that. Like that is something that I have to do this year. Like in my life, I've been to Hawaii twice, Mexico a handful of times, and nothing else.
No.
Like,
and I
need to go
bet
travel
while you
the
were on
world.
those trips, you were working half the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. And that's the problem with our industry, right?
Yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, what is that stuff? At the end of the day, it's the experiences. And that's what you're seeing nowadays. And then we're getting into real estate. And sorry, I interrupted you.
It's all good.
My ADHD is going out of control here. But nowadays, you see younger people, they don't want to live the dream of buying the home and doing all that. They want freedom.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning quickly too. I'm like, I haven't been many places. Like I've been to Mexico quite a bit. Sure. I've been to Hawaii once. And then I've been to Heathrow Airport in England.
Yeah.
Just the airport.
Right.
And I'm like, what have I done with my life?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been working because half the time I was on vacation, I'd be trapped in the room working.
Yeah.
I'm basically a slave. Why am I doing this? That's not what it's all for, you know? So yeah, I mean, go to Europe, have a blast. Don't think about work. Things can wait. You deserve the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
You do.
And you have to be able to say no, right?
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing I think I've learned through all this is like,
and we were talking about that right before this as well. Like a client can reach out to you and you feel like you're overworked and you don't want to take them on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? There are other realtors out there that can help you achieve the goal that you're looking for.
Exactly.
But that takes a point in your career where you can have that. It's luxury, if you will, right?
Yeah,
like we're both at a pretty good point in our life financially where we can afford to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this year for a lot of realtors, it's not that case. They have to take it.
Yeah.
But this also takes me back to like a client that I talk to all the time. She'll probably buy, her and her husband will buy a place at some point. But we were talking about, okay, they're in their rental. We looked at a couple townhomes, beautiful. They could see themselves there. They've got the money to do it. But I'm like, if you guys buy this house, how's your extra money? How much are you going to have left over? You guys like traveling every year to multiple places. You're probably not going to be able to afford that. I'm like, is your rental providing you security and safety and a good lifestyle for you to go and enjoy those other things? And they're like, yes. And that's probably what we'd rather do with our extra money rather than just be kind of house poor.
Yeah.
So they were like pretty close to writing an offer on something. And we had that chat and they're like, you're a good realtor. They're like, you steered us out of the direction of buying because you know us as people and what lifestyle we like. And yeah, it's been a year since I showed them anything. And I think they'll probably stay in their rental for a very long time.
See, and that's a powerful thing because you're not thinking about your wallet.
Yeah.
And that's when there's realtors obviously lacking in the deals and the desperation. Like they need the deal done because they need money, right?
Yeah.
But when you feel secure enough and you're a good enough realtor to be able to have enough clients, but like when you could say no to them, I've said no to clients writing offers on stuff that I thought was bad investments. I refuse to. Even one of my best clients, we've done, oh God, since 2020, like 6-7 deals, and I've done all his family too. But he started working with me and he wanted this sub penthouse. He's like, oh, I want it so bad. I'm like, this is not the goal we set out, so I'm refusing to write the offer for you. Right?
Wow.
And he was mad. He's like, I could have won that one. There was 2 other offers. I could have the offer. I'm like, trust me, give me 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I showed him a different property. He now tells people this guy changed my life because like it was an Airbnb property downtown.
Yeah.
And now he owns 8 of them.
Oh my goodness.
And like he's a lawyer and he makes more money than he does being a lawyer, like with his Airbnbs.
Wow. That's incredible.
But it's one of those things where you have to have their best intention. Right?
You do, yeah.
You got to think at their goals and you have to be able to say no. And they will trust you more after that because it's like,
it's going to pay dividends in the long run if you're really there to take care of the human and not just worry about your wallet for sure.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people, I mean, I've talked to lots of other successful realtors and it's a numbers game to them. And it makes my skin crawl, to be honest. It's like, it's just, that's just not how I operate. And they can operate however they want. That's great. Yeah. But guarantee you the retention of clients is nowhere near as high as yours or mine. Right? They're just turn and burn. And it's great. That's fine if that's your business. Yeah. Ain't my business.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to ever be my business because it's like, how do you sleep?
Yeah. You can't just turn the wheel and consider a client as a number, right?
Yeah.
I think back to, I think it was 2016 or 2017. I always had a goal for how many transactions I was going to do. And I've talked about this on the podcast before. I'm like, I changed that goal from transactions to how many people I want to help. And my business doubled that year.
Yeah.
And I think that the clients could really feel that.
Yeah.
I just want to help other people reach their goals.
Well, that's more powerful than a number, right?
It's so much more
You
powerful.
humanize it.
Yeah.
You humanize it. You take the story, you take everything.
Yeah.
Right? And like numbers are numbers, right? Once you become a statistic or you look as everything, like I could say, that there was 3 people who died of this. Or if I said, hey, Joe, who was a mother, or Joe, who was a father to 2.
I already feel it more. I already feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that it's actually personal, that story is more impactful, right?
Yeah.
Right? And again, and we talked about Medallion and all this stuff. I don't care about Medallion. Half of my deals are off market.
Yeah.
So that stuff never bugged me. It did at first. I'm like, oh my God, I need to make Medallion. But I'm
you want to be in the top 10%. You want the title. You want that recognition.
Yeah.
I understand it. But I think for the people that have been in that for years, like it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's just a way to.
You look at these kings of like pre-sales. I know pre-sales aren't doing well, but guys sell like 100 pre-sales. Yeah. No Medallion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for those listening, Medallion Club, and there's a couple different real estate boards. There's Greater Vancouver, Fraser Valley, Chilliwack. Then you all have to, every year they celebrate Medallion Club for the top 10% and top 1% of realtors. And it's just a one-night party, and then everybody gets to put on their business card or social media. And like, nobody really cares. All the public cares about is having a realtor that's going to be there working in their best interest
100%.
for them. Make sure they can handle the transaction.
100%. And it's like, it's so funny. I've had clients I didn't know, or like potential clients, just come up to me, oh, are you on Medallion?
Really?
And I'm like, why does that matter? I'm like, do you see lawyers put their accolades on their business card?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest thing.
It is.
Every realtor can say they won something.
Yeah.
I'm top 10%, according to my mom, in small brackets
100%,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like all of these things, they don't mean anything.
No.
They don't mean anything. What really matters is how you treat your clients, first of all, and just the way you make them feel.
Yeah.
The way that they think about you outside of that transaction, outside of that last meeting, right? That's your brand at the end of the day, right?
It is. Yeah.
When they talk about you to friends or whatever, they say, this guy made me feel X, Y, Z. This guy was so good. He was so that's what you want.
Yes.
Right?
They want to feel taken care of.
Exactly. And that's again, like you said, once you change it to be a bit more personable, that changes everything, right? It's more, it really means something at that point. And I think the numbers thing, it's so, I don't know, it's something I don't even give a shit about, to be honest.
Yeah. I had a chat with another realtor last night about it. We just laughed. She's like, I have never made medallion and I'd like to just to say I do it once, but do I really care? Like, she did more deals this year than she ever has in her career.
That's great.
But it's great, but she actually made less money than she did last year because the deal volume was all like $400,000 condos.
Yeah.
And she's like, when it comes down to it, I want to work with my ideal client that I actually have a connection with. And then, the number, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So let's kind of transition into what you're doing now. You're coming out with a course for other realtors to try to help them out in the future and kind of share some of your wisdom with your life experience and how to kind of balance things out?
Yeah. So this online course thing came, and a lot of this came during my separation, because one of the big reasons why we separated was because I worked so much, worked too much, and real estate being hyper local focused, right? You have to be there. You have to be there
for this.
And especially when you have clients paying a bit of a premium for you, they don't want anybody else there.
Yeah.
So getting other people to watch your open houses when they're paying a premium, it's usually a no-go, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what can I do that buys me my time back so I can maybe win back my wife, right? And it was one of those things where I've already started mentoring like junior agents, and I just give them the process of what I've been doing. Yeah. And this is stuff that I've been doing for so long, like working with clients that I want to work with, being myself on social media, doing all that stuff. And social media is where I get the bulk of my new, where I did get the bulk. I just stopped taking new clients now, but that's where I got the bulk of it. And just really being myself.
Yeah.
Because when I first started real estate, I was doing everything. I was doing the cold calling. I was doing the door knock. I was doing everything. And I wasn't getting any clients. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. And my mentor at the time was this gentleman named Sarfarani. Great guy. Okay. And he was just himself. Dad jokes, funny guy, just like whatever. But the whole time he'd have so many listings, and he would never have to go on a listing appointment because they just give it to him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the hell does that happen? I don't know. And he's himself the entire time. And that's why people love him. I'm like, okay. So when I started being myself, that's when my business started to go. And I'm like, holy shit, this actually works, right? Now, with the whole course thing, when I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll start a course for new realtors on the brink of quitting. Right? Yeah. And so what I did, I wrote this course. I'm like, oh, this is great. This is how I learned the markets it's for big cities, right? So I learned all this stuff. But then when I interviewed like newer agents, really what I was finding was that a lot of it was psychological.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Mindset's everything.
100%.
Yeah.
So a lot of it was self-sabotage. They knew what they had to do to be successful.
Yeah.
But because they would self-sabotage from the lack of results, especially in a slower market, that's when it would stop.
Yeah.
And I interviewed over 30 agents, and I'd say 90% of them talked about just stuff, because I'd always peel it back. They'd answer my questions, and I'd be like, let's go back on that.
Yeah.
And then they would get to more psychological. So I rewrote this course to add everything I learned when I took time off during my separation, because I dove deep into it. I dove deep so much where I learned everything I could about attachment theory. I was learning 8 to 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
And then when I started applying it in my business, talking to my clients after finding out what their attachment styles were, man, my communication with them, like I didn't sell a home, one of my clients' homes for like 9 months. They never worried.
Yeah.
Because I knew what their attachment style was.
Yeah.
I talked to them the way they needed to be updated.
Right.
And like, it made a huge difference. Then also the self-sabotage stuff, all that stuff. So I've put this all in this course, plus all of what I've done throughout my years. And I just think, hey, you know what? Struggling realtors can probably learn a little bit of something, right? And we did some market testing, and it tested actually very well.
Nice.
So I'm excited. It's launching third week of January. I'm just starting to get my social media.
Amazing. You're getting there.
Yeah, getting there. So it's taken a while.
Of course.
But I had to do it right? And then after now, I'm just getting back on social media. Like I took a long break from social media, you know that. And now I'm directing it towards this course. So I'm like the algorithm's trying to relearn what I'm trying to put out there and who my audience is. So, and I don't care. It's not about the numbers to me. I don't care. Numbers, views, whatever. Views are great. Yeah. More people get to see it. But if it's not targeting the right people, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. It's all about conversions, right? So it's retraining that, all that stuff. But I mean, that's what really, again, nourishes my soul.
Yeah, it's coming back to you helping other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you want to see them succeed. It's so hard. There's so many realtors. Like the average realtor only makes it to year 2 or 3 in this industry. Yeah. And the failure rate is like 85%.
Yeah.
It's bad.
87% quit. Like, so about 80% of agents quit in their first year.
Oh, wow.
A total of 87% quit in their first 5.
Yeah.
Right. So when you look at that, the numbers for that, and I mean, there's a lot of agents who will do a deal in their first year and won't do a deal in their second year. Right. So the failure rate is high. Right. And it's about trying to overcome those things to still keep doing the right things to do it. But again, it's a lot to do with the psychological mindset part, right? Because the moment you start doubting yourself, you start to become desperate. Mm-hmm. Clients can smell desperation a mile away.
Absolutely.
It repels them.
Yep.
So you're actually hurting yourself. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of things you can do to, calm your nervous system, calm your regulate yourself. Mm-hmm. So then after you can portray that confidence. And obviously you need to still have a baseline of knowledge, right? You still have to learn. You have to
be the professional, do your homework, know your product, know what they're looking at for sure.
Exactly. But then what I stress too is like, learn who your niche is and stick to that. Like my niche is like, younger CEOs or like guys who've done the deals before, right? And they don't really need somebody who needs to teach them about first-time home buying or all this stuff. Yeah. That's why none of my content ever like went to that and never catered to that process, because these guys know. But what they want is someone real that they feel like they can hang out with, but knows how to do deals properly, right? Yeah. And knows that you'll have their back. So that's what I catered my whole business towards. And doing okay, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I think you really have to find who you connect with, and you have to have access to these people too. You can't just be. I remember I had a young mentee. Like he was very young, like he was early 20s, and he got into real estate. He's like, well, I want to go after the $8 to $10 million homes. I'm like, okay, let's peel that back for a second. Yeah. Do you have access to what these people, where they hang out? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I don't. I'll learn that along the way. I'm like, okay, do your parents deal with these people? No, I'll just, door knock or something. I'm like, okay. Now, if they looked at you, do you think they would trust you? I don't know, maybe. I'm like,
they're not going to.
You have to be able to, they have to be able to see some of themselves in you.
They do, yeah.
And when you have a 50-year-old CEO of something, 60-year-old CEO who owns a $10 million house, and let's say a 22-year-old, what makes you think that they would trust you with this huge, high-priced home?
For sure.
No, you can't.
It's their biggest asset.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have to be able to connect with people, be visible in where they like to do things, and just be on that level where, hey, I'm the professional in this for what you're looking for, and I'm knowledgeable in this, and you have access to me because we do like the same things.
Yeah, Josh Altman talks about this. He was on stage a couple weeks ago for some real estate convention. Mm-hmm. He was like, when him and his brother got into business, they started going to all the places where the high income earners were. They would go to the fancy bars. They would go to the events, they would go to horse races, things like that. And they would just go and have water at the bar because they couldn't afford a $30 American cocktail, right? Yeah. But then they would have conversations with people, and then those people would see them there often. And then it just kind of builds trust, right? They're like, oh, they're hanging out here too. You eventually just kind of gravitate towards the people that are doing similar things to you. And if 100%. You're door knocking a guy and you've never stepped foot in a $10 million house. Why is that? And on the other side, like I'm always down for people giving opportunities to those young hustlers out there, but you do have to provide value. Somebody's not just going to give you a shot at selling their $10 million home if you have no value to offer.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing though. The baseline of knowledge has to be there. And that's what drives me crazy when people door knock good intentions, but they're just door knocking aimlessly with no knowledge of what's the last home sold, what did the neighbor's home sell for, when's the last time this home sold, And they don't know anything. They just want to door knock just to door knock because they think they're going to get clients. You're not going to get clients that way.
No.
You have to have that baseline of knowledge. And at the end of the day, again, it's like you basically, you'll be rewarded with how hard you work. And at the end of the day, you have to have the knowledge and you have to have the right mindset to do it all, or else you're just going to self-sabotage yourself into this hole that you'll never be able to climb out of.
Yeah. There's
Right?
another good quote that I heard this year. When things are going better than ever before, you're not as good as you think you are. And when things are going as bad as they've ever been before, you're not as bad as you think you are.
Exactly.
You need to keep yourself kind of in the middle somewhere,
Mhm.
stay humble, celebrate the wins, but never get too down, never
Mhm.
get too high.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Keep doing the things that move the needle for you and take care of your clients, and everything else will
Exactly.
fit into place.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You have to stay in that middle ground, right?
you do.
I mean, I'm such a catastrophizer. And that's how, like, every deal that I would do, I would always think, what's the worst possible scenario? So I am ready for it. So I am ready for it. But that carried into my real life.
Mhm.
And that's where it starts
Right.
to hurt you.
Yeah.
What's the worst possible scenario that could happen if I went out to dinner here? It could be a shooting because right by the window, I would get shot.
Oh
It's
my
like
goodness.
you start to do all that, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure. In real estate, you got to think of the worst possible scenarios, but just be ready for them. Don't let it ruminate. You know what I mean? But
Don't
yeah,
let it be your main thought. Like there's
yeah,
always going to be problems.
sure.
I think the best mindset for any business owner is you are a problem solver. You're a
100%.
solution-based person that is going to
100%.
find a solution to every problem. Because there's always problems. There's a million problems in a day.
There's always
There's
problems.
there was dog hair on the ground earlier. That's a problem. It looks weird. I grab a vacuum. That's the solution for it. That's as simple
Yeah.
as it gets, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I 100% agree. I mean, we're putting out fires all the time.
We are putting out
Right.
fires all the time.
And at the end of the day, it's how you handle putting out those fires.
Yeah.
It's leading instead of being reactive, leading because you have the solution instead of reacting and being frantic.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not going to help.
No, because your energy will carry into somebody else.
Yeah.
So if you're frantic, running around, oh my God, we did it. No, stop. Deep breath. What's the solution?
Yeah.
And then handle it appropriately.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting about energy. Like when I was going through my breakup back in 2020,
Mhm.
I was fired by a client. And they're like, Blake, you're not the same. You don't bring the same energy to our appointments. And I wasn't. I was too stressed. Things
Mhm.
were very hard. And I was knowledgeable and I knew the in and out of any property we went and saw.
Mhm.
I knew the market, as good as anybody else, but I wasn't bringing that positive energy to the showings anymore.
Mhm.
And they fired me. And that was a big wake up call. I
Yeah.
need to compartmentalize things.
Yeah.
I need to bring that energy because there's a billion thoughts going on in somebody's head when they're
Yeah.
going looking at a house.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people need to get back in the second time because they'll go in a house and it could be 30 minutes
Mhm.
and they're not going to remember half of it because their mind just like, oh my goodness, this is in our
Yeah,
budget.
yeah.
We could afford this house. We could be here for 30 years. We could start the family here. We could have dogs. It's got the backyard. It's got all these things.
Yeah.
And then they go back home and they're like, was there a laundry room?
Yeah.
Like, was there a garage? Like, could it fit the vehicle? Like the practicality out of the everyday things that you need in a home kind of goes out the window because there's so much excitement. So we
100%.
have to bring positivity,
Mhm.
keep things light, but be professional
100%.
and be there for them.
See, like, totally. And like, if you show them too many homes, things start to blend in.
Yeah.
Whenever clients of mine really like a property, I say, hey, do a video, a walkthrough, and talk to your camera.
Nice.
That way you'll remember it when you go think back. You can just look back at that video and then you'll talk about the things that you saw in that moment because things are running through your head.
Yeah.
But when you speak it into your camera, you'll remember exactly why you liked it.
And it makes you slow down a little bit. Really
100%.
think about what you're talking about.
100%.
That's cool. I might use
Yeah,
that.
do it.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, it's we have technology for these reasons, right? So might as well utilize it. And it's like, I don't know. I love watching people and what they gravitate to because it helps me gain knowledge of why they like things. And I like to peel things back
Absolutely.
even more. Why did they like this certain thing? Oh, because they probably entertain this and they probably have this and this and this. And it's like when you piece together a story in your mind,
Mhm.
you become a lot closer to them.
Yeah.
And then you have more raw emotion for them and you want them to succeed like you always do with your clients. And then when the deal is done, the emotion is even more satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very special feeling. Like being a realtor is great. I won't, beat around the bush to anybody. I got into the industry to make good money and live a good
Mhm.
lifestyle.
100%.
But now it's about the people. Like it's so
Yeah.
much fun
Yeah.
finding the right fit for somebody. I talk about this story a lot with people. I had a client, we looked at homes for 4 years.
Yeah.
The moment we walked in to the property she ended up buying, we knew it in 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, oh my God, it's got the entertaining space for her. It's
Mhm.
got the bedroom separation for when her guests come and stay. It's got 2.5 bathrooms. It's got her south exposure.
Mhm.
Tick, 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 tick. It was I think it was a minute and a half before she like pulled me to the side. She's like, we have to write on this. I'm like, I know. I know.
See, and that's the connection you had with them, right?
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, again, the patience. Yeah, I've had clients where you look for years, you look at so many properties. And when it's the one, it's like you feel relieved, but not for you, relieved for them too.
Absolutely.
Because they don't have to go through this endless process where they think nothing is going to work.
And it's exhausting. I worked with clients this year. You know, we knew their condo was going to sell relatively quickly. Great condo in Ladner, but we looked at like 20 homes. It's not, I've shown more properties, but nothing was really fitting their needs perfectly.
Yeah.
And so I remember we sat in one home for like an hour one day. It was vacant. So like, it didn't matter how long we were there. And it was a perfect house, but the wrong location. And nothing else on the market was exciting them.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, after they were basically over it, they're like, maybe we won't list our property. Maybe we'll just stay here for a couple of years because nothing else is hitting all of our needs. And then we looked at a property, a few days later, and then it was the right fit. And it was like such a beautiful thing for me to experience, seeing them just like tired, burnt out, sick of the process, to then being like, oh, this is it. And like, it's so cool. And I'm so happy for them.
Yeah. It's such an amazing feeling because it's like, again, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. Not just for you, for them, for like just everything's exhausting about that process. And it's so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're putting their life on pause. Like, it's not about technically finding the perfect home, which is obviously a big deal, but it's about moving to the next chapter in their life, whether it's upsizing, downsizing, relocating, anything like that. It's like they want to get this journey over and get moved in and settled to start living the rest of their life.
Yeah. And sometimes you just got to slow them down. Like recent clients of mine, they just closed on a home. They just moved in. And I remember when we were doing key handover and I was talking to the wife and she's like, oh, it was such a stressful, overwhelming. Thank you for all your help. And she's like, oh, I just got to get to work. I got to do this. I got to do this. I'm like, hey, slow down.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, can you do me a favor? I'm like, this is the first time you're going to be a first-time home buyer in your first home.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Enjoy, because you'll never have this first again.
Never again.
She's like, oh my God, I needed to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, I know it's stressful. It was overwhelming, but we did it.
Yeah. We're here.
We're here.
Yeah, soak up this moment.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm like, open up that bottle of champagne I bought you. Take those tequila shots from that other bottle I bought you.
Yeah.
And just have a blast, because you'll never get to unpack in your first home you've ever bought ever again.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Right?
That's bringing a lot of emotion to me right now. That's very cool. Yeah.
Because we get so, trapped in this, like, it's the rat race. I got to get to where I got to do this. But you got to make time for the wins, like you said earlier.
You do.
Because these experiences happen once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
You're never going to have that first ever again.
Never.
Right?
And moving day possession day / moving day is always just such chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's oh, I got friends coming over. Oh, the moving truck's showing up in 2 minutes. It's so high stress. It's a weird feeling. Like I like possession days. I don't love them. I'm telling clients now, it's like, I'll be there to hand you keys. I'm probably going to implement what you're doing. Let's take a couple minutes, because moving all your boxes and setting stuff up in your house can wait a few minutes, and it's going to take a long time. Let's celebrate this win right now. But then also I'm trying to meet with people like a week later. I'll come back with some food. We'll hang out for a bit. And then, you'll be settled a little bit. And then we get to hang out.
Yeah.
Versus me being a meathead and grabbing some extra boxes and just joining in on all the chaos.
No, you don't have to do that. I mean, they know how much you care already, but getting them to slow down is better than you helping them with boxes.
I think so.
Because you're encouraging the frantic energy.
Exactly.
You want to calm them down and just be like, hey, this is what you accomplished. Isn't it amazing?
That's so powerful, man. I'm 100% using that for the rest of my career.
Like,
that's so cool.
Because people forget to stop and smell the roses.
Yeah. We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, again, like you said, so powerful, but it's just slowing everything down.
Yeah.
Really appreciating the present moment.
Yeah.
Because we live so much in the future.
We do.
And I did that for 42 years of my life.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning to be more present for things. And I've never felt more aware and happier to be in a moment.
I love that.
Because those moments won't ever come back.
Yeah.
Right? It's just one of those things.
And that's a huge part of why I started this podcast, man. What other opportunity are we going to have to just sit here one-on-one without any other distractions?
Exactly. I mean, the last time was when you guys came onto the podcast.
Yeah.
I like to have my joke.
Yeah, of course.
But like one-on-one like this, we've never dug into these types of topics before, right?
Anything. And it's not the same over text. Like we're very open with each other over text or calls or whatever. But there's an energy when we get to see each other in person.
Dude, it's always so much fun, man.
Yeah.
Like we need to do this more.
We should.
Even off the camera, off the mic. Let's just go hang out. You know
go walk the dogs, go to the beach, something.
That's my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will dedicate more time to my dogs than anybody else because I know their time is short.
Yeah.
I gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
We wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I got a client to deal with.
Yeah, fair enough. Me too.
But this dude, amazing, dude.
Thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you so much.
Man, we had some deep conversations there.
We did. That was great. Go follow Alan on social media, Van City for Sale. And do you have a new account that you have as well?
Yeah, Realigned Agent Roadmap. So that's going to be my online course. I'm just starting to get it. We're going to launch it in about 3-4 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that'll be powerful. I think that'll help a lot of agents out there.
I hope so. I hope so. And if it doesn't, you know what? It helped me really take a step back and realize, hey, these are the things that I've done that made me successful and really appreciate my journey. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Cheers.
Okay.